right, we will go ahead and
We're
call
done?
the meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, moving on to roll call. Here. Here.
Bill Hart.
Here.
Mark Buckeye.
Here.
Tom Hoover.
Here.
William Ford.
Okay, moving on to the approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting.
There's design guidelines, you have the staff packet, information, I think we got to you last Tuesday. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the evidence.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the evidence. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on to old business.
First is the 2023 grant application. So we talked about multiple types of applications. When I talked with SHPO, they would prefer us because they thought, well, we've gotten one, 2 out of the last 3 years to submit one. So I submitted for the walking tour. That seemed to have
Great.
the most interest.
Yeah.
And actually got back the pre-application review today. Comments say it's a promising application. Obviously, just need to address a few things. I didn't have everything that needed to be sent in. One of those things is a resolution from the commission, basically supporting the grant. If you guys would like to support the grant application, which I assume you will.
Absolutely.
And then just some additional information, but it has promise. He also, so Andrew Dial is the grants administrator for SHPO right now, informed me that they have received, I want to say, Bill, I don't know if you got this information, I think $342,000 worth of requests, and they're planning to get somewhere between 150 and 200. So some years they don't even receive requests for the amount they plan to give. This is not that year, but I do plan to, address the concerns, get all the paperwork together, and then get it submitted. I believe it's mid-November is the due date now. But, as long as that is okay with all you, this basically says that the commission seeks grant funds for an outreach program. The program will offer a walking tour mobile app which focuses on historic preservation. The commission has heard from residents, tourists, and local historic preservation organizations and tour homes that a walking tour would be very useful in furthering the cause of historic preservation and attracting additional interest and investment in the St. Genevieve Historic District.
That's perfect.
So move.
Second.
All right.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you. Then the 2021 grant update. So you all have one of these, and if you live in the historic district, you probably received one in the mail also. It's been in the Herald for a couple weeks on our social media. This is not the house we're painting, by the way. This house is already painted beautifully. We have 12 spots that we started with. We have 8 folks who have signed up already, so there are 4 slots left. If we fill all that, we will still allow folks to come and watch and visit, take notes. SHPO also sent this out on their CLG network, so we do have a couple folks who called, one from Kansas City that'll be attending the workshop. So we've gotten good interest. And,
Good.
I'm looking forward to it. It'll be at 167 South Gavarie. I think that's Francois Valley 2. In that building. It'll be September 30th and October 1st. Lunch will be provided. We'll have folks park at the French Colonial America parking lot. So you can easily walk from the parking lot to the building. Hopefully the weather cooperates. That's about all I have on that. Unless you guys have any questions. All right.
That's a good one.
Yep. That's all I have.
Okay, moving on to new business. We will start with SGHC 025-23 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to replace 15 wooden windows totaling 13 double hung and 2 sliding with vinyl windows at 380 Market Street. Do I have anyone here to speak on that?
Yeah.
Could you come to the podium and
Yep.
introduce yourself, please?
I'm Jared Bolin. I'm the business manager. The 380 Market Street, that's Quarry Workers, Local 829. It's right next to Old Gooses, the one with the Welcome to St. Genevieve. We got some windows that have been, I just took over July, so trying to update the building and working on it. We've been working on the inside now. It's time to address some windows. We got some windows upstairs that were broken and they boarded them and painted. And I'm just wanting to replace and kind of update the building, give it a more appealing look than what it already has. So, Joe with County Do It Center is the one that submitted the lowest bid, so we'll be using him. So County Do It will be supplying all the windows and everything. Any questions?
So basically you just put it out there for bid and regardless of, I mean, did you request vinyl windows?
Yes, we had them to price wooden in the front too, but they're so minimal in the front that we just went with all vinyl. There's a slider down on the bottom and then the upstairs windows. I think there's 3 that are upstairs.
Uh-huh.
Are you just replacing the front windows, or you're replacing all the windows in the whole
All-
building?
The whole windows, yeah, in the whole building.
Because I know,
Including the ones that are boarded up
I
on
think
that one
it's,
side.
I think it's wonderful that you're restoring the windows to the openings.
Yeah,
I just,
I don't like the vinyl. I'd rather see you guys, see if you get a bid on, doing wood.
yeah.
or even metal, would be better than vinyl. I think you'd be a lot happier with,
And also because of the windows are never square, especially in those buildings, vinyl is going to be more of a nightmare to try to square up and fit in there properly.
Yeah, we were
And
just.
they're also, that's not the look of a historic building at all. Because the structure of the vinyl windows, the thickness of them, the way they're framed, it's very obvious that they're replaced and just don't fit with the guidelines as well.
Yeah, we were just walking down the street looking at like the Herald vinyl windows.
yeah,
Some of the buildings down through there, vinyl windows. So we like the look of that. And we're a local labor hall. We're not profitable. So
Right.
wooden windows, a lot more added expense. So that was why we went with vinyl for energy efficiency and give it a little uplift.
The way that building sits, there's only the 2 sides that are visible directly from the street, right?
That's fine. Well, you can kind of see, got the alley down to one side.
It's
Yeah,
a real
yeah.
tight alley though, isn't it?
it's pretty tight.
Pretty tight, yeah, but
you
mainly
can you can see
the
the,
side facing,
can see all the
4th
buildings.
Street and Market Street. And then I get to look at the back of it.
would you consider milling, wood windows for the front since those are we're interested obviously in preserving the character of the historic buildings.
Yeah.
And a lot of times on a commercial building, the windows are like the single most
Important part of it.
character defining feature of the building. So I'm just wondering if you would, and the windows in the front of the building are segmental arch, like you can see they've been blanked up at the very top where the arch actually is. But if that were removed, it would be a segment of an arch, a actual curved top on the building, or on the curved top on the window. And I think that would, if you consider doing at least wood on the front of the building, and something that replicates the wood windows that are there now, I think I'd be more apt to be lenient on the sides of the building.
Right.
Given that it is a pretty high profile building, it's right there on Market Street.
The only thing that scares me with that is like the commission, I have to go back to my membership and ask for approval.
Right.
And they're already, they've seen the amount of money, and when I go ask for more money, they're not gonna give it to me, so we're gonna be stuck with what we got. So that was why we went with vinyl. But, and as far as maintenance goes, with the wooden, we're gonna have upkeep and maintenance on the front.
I have all wood windows on my house, so I know what you mean
Yeah,
about
I know you
maintenance.
do.
So,
I wish I would have never, I have vinyl in mine. And I wish they'd never.
yeah,
done
they
it.
sag, they get hot in the
I mean,
summertime and they,
It's, well, it's been almost 20 years now, but I need new windows already. They're horrible. Are these the windows that you want to put in the front?
The Anderson.
2/2?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, 1/1?
I think so. The Andersons, I'm not sure.
because the windows are too.
Whichever ones are there,
Right,
however
that's-
they're divided is what we are gonna go back to.
Oh, okay.
However the divider is, that's what we would replace them.
Yeah. So they're 2/2.
Okay.
Well, those might be 2/1s in the front.
I think it's two.
Yeah, I think it is too.
It is.
They are
It's just
2/2.
a screen. I just
They're
couldn't see
2/2,
through it.
yeah.
And like, some of the windows in the front now have aluminum screens in the front of them, so.
I know when I did mine, I just had the full screens put on mine. But I agree with Bill. I mean, I think you better, if you could see if you could get wood for the front.
Is there anything we can put over the wood? Can we put aluminum clad over it? Anything for maintenance wise? Because that's another
Good
cost that I'm gonna have to deal with.
I just think you're gonna have a hard time getting a metal window with a segmental arch at the top of it. But if you can get that, I wouldn't.
It will be, probably cost you as much or more for a vinyl or aluminum window with the arch as it will for a wooden window. Because the cost difference on those is negligible. The maintenance on it is, since that's on a north side facing, it's not gonna have the sun, so you're gonna have a much easier time of maintaining that window. Installed properly and properly painted, it will have a long and useful life.
What about an option to leave the windows in the front the way they are now and replace them? Because our main concern are the side windows, because there's some broken ones in the bedrooms and downstairs in the back in the office. They got them boarded up, and it looks like crap boarded up. I ain't gonna lie. So, can we leave the fronts the way they are? Replace the sides in the back.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's a good compromise.
Yeah, you save some of the buildings, save that.
That's fine.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe you use these bids to put that into the budget each year,
Yeah.
address that again.
We can address that
Yeah,
later on.
yeah. A word to the wise though, nothing will last longer than old growth windows.
Right.
They've been in that building since the 1880s.
Right.
You know, I don't think anything's gonna last longer than that. You know, that's over 125 years old.
Replacing any of them on the side facing 4th Street?
Do what?
Are you replacing any of them on the side that faces 4th Street?
Yeah, there's just a few, like one or two.
Are those boarded up or are they?
One of them's a slider and it's open,
Yeah, one on side.
and one of
It's a
them's
slider.
2/2, yeah.
It's these two, right?
So you're not.
Yeah,
gonna
there
do
you
the
go.
one up top?
There.
Yeah, and I'm not for sure if it's the one boarded up. I have to look at it. It's been so long ago since I've done them. Oh, this is 4th Street. Oh, yeah. This one will be, the two, they're both gonna be the two that are circled are being replaced.
Okay, so not the one upstairs. Okay.
So I would make a motion that we accept the proposal, except for the fact that we would be preserving the wood windows and restoring the wood windows in the front, and then approving the materials as proposed for the rest of the building, as long as they match the 2/2 configuration of the windows, original windows.
So what's ever there now.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So the motion is to approve either preservation or replacement of wood on the front,
No.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna keep.
Yeah,
wood.
on the front.
Yeah.
and then vinyl on the sides and rear to match.
As long as they match the profile of the original
matching the
windows.
profile. So if it's 2/2, 2/1.
Yep. It's fine with me.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll second.
well,
So he's excited.
I'm like, wait a minute.
So I have a motion and a second to approve the certificate of appropriateness to only replace the sides and backs with the vinyl to match the steam, the 2/2, keep the front with the original wood, do preservation or replace with wood.
Exactly.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'll send that to you in the mail.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I have some really great resources if you're interested on window preservation.
Okay.
So I work down at Felix Valley, if you want to pop in sometime.
Okay, thank you.
I can talk to your tenants.
Give me just a minute. I'm sorry. I'm trying to write that down.
Yeah, I was scribbling my own little hand here, so so I can repeat it back.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Moving on to SGHC 026-23 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to construct a 5-foot wide by 8-foot long by 7-foot tall lean-to over the basement cellar stairwell at the rear of the house at 108 North 4th Street. Do I have anyone here to speak on that one?
Yes.
Everybody's looking at me, so.
I didn't know if you caught all that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Do you have a copy of that? Because I just came off the job site and I'm sorry. Yep, you're fine, thank you.
Don't lean over your shoulder.
Yeah.
So basically, I had a customer contact me. They had major issues with the rain. They had recently purchased a property and it was flooding in that area. So obviously, something's got to be done, right? So they just wanted the bare minimum. They weren't interested in a curb appeal or nothing like that. It's on the back of the house, okay? So they just said, could you just do some kind of lean-to that would get water out of my stairwell, right? So I know you guys have probably seen this before, you know, all these old houses. You know, a lot of things weren't thought through for that part of it. And so,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, so all I'm basically doing is, you know, nothing fancy, just wanna get the water off of the stairwell so it doesn't flood their house, so they don't have issues. So,
I've been in the house.
Oh,
Before
okay,
they bought it.
awesome.
I'm right, if I remember, there's no drain at the bottom of the stairs.
You're right,
And you're gonna
Right.
paint it, right?
you're right. They have no sump pump or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna paint this, right?
Paint the wood.
Well,
The wood.
I mean, initially, obviously, as you probably already know, with treated wood, you can't paint it right away. So my proposal was to go in there and to do the metal roof with the color matching with the house and with treated wood. And then if they want to call me back in 6 months, you know, 8 months, when the treatment's dry, then I can paint it. But you can't paint treated wood right away.
Right.
That wasn't an initial proposal. If you want to put that as a side item, if they need to have that done, then I understand that, but.
They'll probably do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that.
know them guys.
Yeah, it's the stairs and it's over the stairs. I move that we approve it.
I'll second.
So I have a motion and a second to accept the certificate of appropriateness as proposed. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Give it another second. Okay, no. I just make sure.
I'll put it in the mail to you, Matt.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Do I need to stay here for any longer?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all need this or can I keep that?
You can keep it.
Yeah,
short.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Moving on
Alright.
to SGHC 027-23 to receive a certificate of appropriateness to install a chain link fence at the rear yard of 658 North 4th Street.
So I contacted the applicant. I'm not sure, maybe something came up, but this is chain link in the rear yard. I believe there's a pet involved, and that's the ask. The rear yard, and you have it in the pictures on the, would be the south side, has, the neighbor has a wood fence that the chain link would connect to, so the chain link would come along the east side then up the north side connect to a detached garage, and then there'd be chain link, I believe, between the detached garage and the house.
No, right now I drove by, I think they have like a 8-foot pet run back there. I'm like, no.
That just appeared over the weekend.
Did it? What were they wanting? Did I say 6 foot though?
It said 5 to 6. Is what the,
Is that what the application says?
yeah.
I don't know if it's a large dog. Yes.
It's, yeah, it looks like a part shepherd,
Or a German Shepherd.
part shepherd. dog. That's that size.
It said 5 foot or,
5 foot's not.
Yeah, it's just 5 to 6 foot tall.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it said 5 to 6. Yeah.
I forgot my packet. Can I look at yours, Dan?
Absolutely.
I'm so needy.
You know if they contacted all the neighbors?
I think they
That's
were aware.
that's the south fence. No,
This is
this is
I
the,
know.
this is the east fence. This is the north fence over here.
Okay.
And this is the south fence. The house is here, the garage is here, so they want to put one here for the house
It's really tall for a chain link.
and all
6, I
around the
was
back.
gonna say 6 is, that's taller than I am.
I- The,
5 foot's kind
the
of,
wood fence that is there is 5 foot, I believe.
the one in the back, the one going across the back's only what?
It's 4 feet.
It's really short,
Little
yeah.
bit- really
Yeah, it's like 3 feet tall or
The wood
something.
fence
That would keep
is
it
on the
smaller.
neighbor's yard.
On the neighbor's yard, yeah. it's-
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they had this like stockade fence.
Correct.
Yeah, I guess maybe that would, why they want to go that tall to match the height of the other fences maybe.
Or the dog would jump it.
Yeah, pretty athletic looking dog that they have.
I'm trying to remember because it's been a minute since I drove by there, but it's not really well seen from the road.
No, the only way I saw, because I drove by behind
You can
on
see
Third
it
Street.
from
Oh,
Third
okay.
Street because
Look all
there's
the way
a
across the
parking lot
field.
behind it.
Yeah.
Much more dedicated
Yeah.
than I am.
It's not, it's
Well,
not,
just going back home, I thought, well,
it's not super visible from anybody except for me because I live next door.
I mean, my take is if the neighbors don't have an issue with it, you know.
Yeah.
This neighbor doesn't have any issue with it. And the other one has a stockade fence, so you
Well,
can't
right.
see it
They could
anyway.
ask for like an 8-foot privacy fence. So,
This is true.
And like you said, it's not visible from either side.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't see it where it would be seen. Maybe one little tiny section there or something, but
I'm going to move that we accept the certificate of appropriateness.
Or
Yeah,
5 foot.
for 5 foot. Yeah.
no. Except, oh, second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to accept a 5-foot chain link fence in the rear of the yard. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Moving on to administrative approvals.
All right, it's been a few months since we got together, so, 161 North Main, these are exterior wood siding repairs and, repairs to the hatch. 301 Jefferson is a roof replacement and chimney repair. That's what, I believe that one is standing seam. It's definitely metal, and he plans to keep it that way. So that's the corner of Jefferson and Third. 261 Merchant is re-roofing, that's the Ciro's building. It's a flat roof. 203 South Main is re-roofing, that's a non-contributing, that was architectural shingle to architectural shingle. 104 North Second, which I had listed as architectural shingle, but was informed that it was slate, but it is now architectural shingle, or
It was asbestos shingle,
asbestos shingle, yes.
Oh,
asbestos slate.
658 North Fourth, which is the building we just discussed, from architectural shingle to architectural shingle, it was re-roofed before it was sold, I believe.
yep.
And then we have certificate of appropriateness for, this is a non-contributing building. It's at the corner, 299 South Main, at the corner of South Main and Seraphim. It was in rough condition. Had a new owner purchase it and is putting in new vinyl windows, new steel doors, new front porch, covering the rear porch, and adding some siding to match the existing vinyl. Those materials are already there. These are all just new, updated materials. And this is a case of a building that needed some TLC and now has an owner that's getting into it. So it's a non-contributing building. And then lastly, we have 380 Market, which is the building we also discussed earlier. This is just simply painting a mural, which I believe started today.
It was done over the weekend.
Okay.
She had started.
I saw her today, but it's a mural for the St. Genevieve Museum Learning Center.
It's not the same building.
It's not the same building, you're correct. It's the same address. It's on, I call it Goose's Station.
It's right.
Most of us here.
It's the one you're going right past the city hall.
3 years ago, we allowed them to take the
Oh,
chimney
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody allowed them to, yes. Previous board.
Those are all the administrative approvals. Any questions?
Okay. There's a building that there's substantial rehabs going on LaHaye Street near Main Street.
The front porch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on the corner. It's
Is
the
that
white
in the
one with all the
district?
red trim.
That's in our
so I am
district?
working with that individual. He did come to us for some porch replacement materials. I want to say in 21 or 22, and some additional replacement of either shutters or windows, again, with same material. But as he got into it, and peeled off some pieces, the support pieces were not in good shape. So he took the entire porch off. He came here and said what happened. So I'm working with him to either bring him back to you, or if he's going to go back with exactly as it looks, issue him a COA for.
Okay, yeah, because I noticed they stopped working on it, so I figured that was probably,
He took it down and took some of the
Not
siding
right.
off, and it was rotten on the inside.
yeah.
So that's another case of a structure that
Really needs some
not
work.
cared for many years. And
You can tell.
he is wanting to go back with wood and make it look like it.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of
Talked about
painting
adding
and
in some
stuff,
gingerbread.
yeah.
I said, well, let's talk.
Yeah, before we gild the lily.
Other questions?
We can adjourn.